my podcast. I'm giving you compliments. Welcome to Viggy Talks, a conversation show about the creative things that inspire us each and every day. My guest this month needs no introduction. You know her from YouTube and Instagram as the great, the wonderful Bernadette Teaches Music. It's Plazi! Hi, Plazi!
Hi. Thank
How
you
are
for
you today?
having me. Thank you.
I'm so excited that you're here. Thank you so much for taking time out of your very busy schedule to talk to little old me.
Okay, okay. No.
Okay. Um, I'm so excited to talk to you. We met in person last year at the Yukon Festival, and just as wonderful and magnificent in person as you are online. So I'm just so happy to get the chance to talk to you once more.
Thank you. Thank you. You shredded on that stage. Like you
Uh,
used every inch of that. It was a huge stage and you were all over it.
it was a little bit of nerves, so I was like, if I just move, I'll be good. I could just kind of keep moving and
It
not
didn't
tweak
seem
out
that
or
way.
anything. But yeah, I'll take it as I was running around. That's
Yeah.
we'll think of it that way. That's cool.
Yeah, you worked that stage.
Thank you. I'll kick this off with the question that we're as musicians, it's the number one question we're asked is why did we get into music? But specifically with our podcast here, what was it about the ukulele that drew you to it? And you have such an interesting story in terms of your musical background, all the places you've been in your pursuit of music. So tell us a little bit about that, and what was it specifically about the ukulele that you took to?
The ukulele is more portable than a saxophone. So,
Real.
and it's also more fun to play as a solo instrument.
Hmm.
Because when you enter a small room with a honking saxophone, like it has a different effect than when you enter a room with a ukulele or a guitar, right?
It sure does, yeah.
And plus, I had been invited to teach in China, teach English abroad, and you can talk while you hold a ukulele. Something you can't do while playing the saxophone. So that was my main driver for learning ukulele. I wanted to teach English through music, and I thought people would really enjoy the instrument. And at the time that I was going over there, they didn't know what a ukulele was. That's how long ago it was.
Oh, wow.
And they all called it guitar or little guitar. No, I mean, ukulele is known everywhere, but at the time well, at least in the villages that I was working, they didn't know what it was, and it was really exciting to use it as a tool for teaching English. And because the ukulele can be percussive too, so it added a beat, so people were able to like clap in and join along, something you can't really do with the saxophone. So that's what got me into the ukulele at first.
That's awesome. I love that you and I both have this like saxophone to ukulele pipeline. Like it
Yeah.
seems like it's like those situations where it's like if I had a dollar for every time, you'd have like $2 where it's like it's not that much, but it's weird that it's more than one, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
So with that, I want to ask you rank the saxophones from your favorite to least favorite. So we'll go soprano, alto, tenor, bari. And I also have a ranking, but I want to see where you stand.
Oh wow. Okay, some people are gonna get mad, I think. So it's baritone, tenor, and then I don't know the other ones. The other ones don't make the ranking.
I
No.
I agree. Actually, the mine is the same. I played Barry Sax, and like the power that you
Yeah,
have with
yeah,
such a it's like a tugboat. It's exactly. It's everything. So I
yeah,
agree. I was a tenor sax player in marching band. But when I was in pit orchestra in high school, I
yeah,
played Barry, tenor, and alto, and I would rank them in that exact order: Barry, tenor,
yeah,
alto.
yeah,
Um, so for me, I like the lower, powerful sounds. Um,
yeah. Yeah,
yeah,
I was a tenor player in like grade school, and then
mhm.
in my university, like my major was Barry sax.
Love
So
it.
yeah, I love it too.
It's it's so good. We should do a saxophone duet. In your studies, as you've been abroad and then you've brought those kind of influences back here, what would you say is your favorite part about your musical journey so far? Where's kind of like your favorite place you went to and found the most inspiration from? Or what do you think you took back the most from like your travels playing music?
Yeah, so I did the thing in China, and that was really exciting. But that was more exciting for like me as a teacher and learning how to teach to people that didn't understand the language. You know, it really is just about how you make people feel. Like as a
Mhm.
teacher, if you make people feel welcome, they'll learn from you no matter what you teach them. And if you make people feel put off by you, it doesn't matter. Like they won't want to learn from you. So that was one of the main things that I learned in China. Then I came back home and finished my degree. And then I went back, but this time I went to Japan and I started teaching ukulele over there. And that's where I started the YouTube channel. And so that changed my life, like being in Japan and starting a YouTube channel. I think one of the biggest things that changed my personal life would be Instagram. So
Mhm.
Instagram is where I found like my best friends, being like Boris and like Yaya and all of these other people that I wouldn't have met if it weren't for Instagram. So but it all came because I was in Japan and I started a channel out there and people started watching it, and I moved over to Instagram, and then I met all my friends.
That's awesome. I think when I think of you and your YouTube channel, I think about that community that you were kind of at the forefront of making so early on with YouTube. And just in general, kind of when I broke into like the digital ukulele world, I didn't realize like how much of a family it was, and I think I just always correlate that idea of like the digital music family with like what you've done and like what you kind of started. So I guess that's not a question. I just want to say I love that you've done that. You were I think of you as the mother of our uke community. You were the first one to bring us all together, and I was so happy to kind of jump in on Instagram and feel that hug of everyone. Because
Yeah,
I didn't know it was on there, you know.
I think people were ready for something like that. They were all kind of separately hanging out on Instagram, posting other stuff. So I was inspired by, you know how like sometimes you learn from something and you think, I want to do the opposite of that.
Mhm.
So when I was trying to start my YouTube channel, I wanted to watch the top YouTubers in each niche. I stayed far away from the ukulele niche, and I wanted nothing to, I didn't want to be at all influenced by any other ukulele player out there. So
Mhm.
I didn't watch any of their channels once I decided to start my own. Before that, yes, I was watching Cynthia Lynn and Tyler. But once I decided to be a serious YouTuber, I was watching a lot of the top channels, and when I started my channel, like the makeup community was blowing up and literally blowing up, like imploding because there was so much drama within that community. And I thought, that is the opposite of what I want. Like they all tried so hard to like stay in their lanes and tiptoe around each other that it just ended up blowing up. And I thought, no, I want to approach this from a really friendly angle. Like I want to be friends with everybody and find like just something that we can do with all of these awesome creators. So that was the one of the first goals. And then another goal that I had was when we started the 30-day uke challenge, and I wanted to see people's progress through the challenge. I couldn't really see it because as a teacher in a classroom you get to see your students, but as a
Right.
YouTuber in an empty room, it's like, is any of this making sense? Does anybody like what I'm doing? And so I asked them all to use the hashtag and to make separate accounts, because so many people are kind of embarrassed to like post on their personal accounts where their neighbors and their mother-in-law or whatever follow.
Right. Mhm.
But when it's just your you community, which is all these kind of strangers that you don't know, but you're all on the same path, it's not as intimidating. And the fact that people did it, because I didn't know, is one person gonna do this? Is it gonna be three? Is it just
Right.
gonna be a few weirdos? Like, who's gonna do this? Like, I don't know who's gonna do this. I was so scared when I asked them to do that because I was like fearing the rejection and then feeling that imposter syndrome. Like, who are you to ask
Right.
people to do this? And when I saw a few people using the hashtag, I thought, oh, like, that's amazing. So, yeah, if nobody had done it, none of this credit could go to me at all. So 100% of the credit goes to every person who decided to jump on.
I love it. I I have no follow up. I just love that. It's so beautiful. Just kind of right, the surprise of being like, I'm gonna go out here, and you kind of take that jump and be like, here's a challenge that I came up with. Do it if you'd like, and then you kind of go like this and you wait,
Yes.
right? So,
Yes, but I do want to give credit to the yoga channel because that was one of the channels I watched. It's called Yoga with Adriene, and she had a 30-day yoga challenge. And so she went from like a super easy pose, and I don't remember what the first pose was. I don't know if it was child's pose or downward dog.
it
And
just
then,
standing straight. That's the
yeah,
first thing.
tree pose.
Just standing
Yeah,
up tree pose.
but she had that challenge, and it increased in difficulty every day. And I was like, oh, that's amazing. We need that for ukulele. And so credit goes to Yoga with Adriene because she was the one who inspired me.
Yeah, challenges are always a great way to not only right, get that community going together, but also the idea of like gradually increasing the difficulty so that like by the end, someone who starts it out might be like, if they saw a previous year's one, be like, I could never get to that end. Are you serious? But then like as you go along with it, you're actually slowly working up to something very cool and very complex by the end. So I always love those 30-day challenges. They're great
Yeah.
for everybody, and you can always surprise yourself when you do them. So
Mhm. Yeah.
awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah. Let's see. What other kinds of questions do I have? Always write my questions down on a little piece of paper. Um, as you've kind of created this online community from home, do you find that kind of balancing your work Plazi versus music for fun Plazi in one house? How have you kind of navigated balancing the both of them? Or is it at this point it's just music all day, every day, and that's just the life we have now?
There's no balance. There's no balance. There's no healthy boundary. There's no healthy morning routine here. Like, I don't wake up at 6 a.m. and go work out and have my shake and make my bed every day. Like, there's none of that. Every day is just survival. Like, try your best to put out a video, and if you don't put out a video, try to at least put out a story. Or, you know what? Today didn't work, but the guilt of that comes in tomorrow, and tomorrow I'll film 5 videos, and then I'm too tired to edit them. So the next day I'll edit them. There's no balance. There's no organization. And there's no balance. So no, I'm not your motivational speaker here.
That's real though. I kind of love that that's your answer because it kind of like it reminds us all that like we are all just people and we're all kind of just navigating the same kind of. We're all surviving, really. At the
Yes,
end of the
yes.
day, we're all surviving.
Yeah, and there's always the guilt of like you have that moment of peace, at least for me, when the video's out and it's like, yes, I put it out, and then it's like getting engagement and I'm watching the engagement. And then it's like after a few hours, it's like, okay, I gotta plan the next video. It's just like it doesn't last long. You don't feel like complete. No, at least for me, I don't feel like, okay, done. No, never.
Mhm. I used to have that starting out where I would kind of like chase highs of like viral videos. I'd be like, that did really good. I'm going to do this as an 8-part series now because everybody likes it. And I would go like crazy. But
Oh,
and then to the point where like when I would post something that was a little more like for me and if it didn't go as crazy as like something
yeah,
else did, I'd
yeah.
take it so personally and I would be like, yo, this was a song I like, and no one really liked it either. But so my kind of way to like navigate it was I would kind of step back and go, okay, people
Mhm.
watch, but at the end of the day, this is my page, and I like to post things that I like and then things that other people like, and it's about kind of finding the balance of like those two in terms of content, which I also wanted to ask you. I hate the word content. I feel like it's kind of like belittling. Um, but hold on, I'll ask you that after. So, it's just kind of like I try to find the balance of like posting things that come from my soul and then posting things that are user requests and stuff. And at the end of the day, I just like to put things out there. It's from my soul. It's from my soul. I put it out there. Um, and just at the end of the day, I don't really care too much about engagement anymore. When I started out, it was the only thing I cared about. But
Yeah.
now I'm kind of like, I did this and I'm proud of this and I just like to put it out and whoever watches it will appreciate it. And that's kind of my
Yeah.
how my gears have
Everybody
shifted.
listen to Viggy. Like that's a healthy way to look at this. Listen to her.
But thank you. I've gotten a little more healthy with it. But yeah, no. At first, I was like, yes, yes, they like this kind of song in this genre. But then in my head, I was like, I've never heard this song in my whole
You know
life.
what? I don't think I've ever been to your TikTok page. I mean, I'm not a TikToker. I'm kind of older, kind of a
That
boomer
is,
over here. Um, is it the same handle as it is for Instagram?
yep.
Oh, such a great handle. Have you told the story of that handle before on
Um,
your
I don't
podcast?
know if I've said it on here before.
What is
It
the
came
story?
from so
Is it
Viggy,
the
huh?
Is it the Kermit?
Yes, that's me. It's Kermit.
You have 165,000 followers over
I do.
there? Okay, well, let's halt this interview. I'm going to start interviewing you. All right. So,
Okay.
Maria, tell us the story of your Jiggy with Viggy handle.
Okay, so um Jiggy with Viggy came from we'll start with Viggy. So Viggy is how my family pronounces Vicky, but fast and with a New York accent. So it came out more as Viggy with G's
That's
instead of a
so cute.
CK.
Okay.
Um, so as I was kind of coming up with, I created my TikTok, and at first my handle was just Victoria, but it was spelt phonetically, so it was like Toriuh, and then I think there was like an underscore, so it wasn't anything like too
Yeah.
clever. But I love making things rhyme, coming up with dumb slogans for things, so I was like, I need a name, I need something while I'm on here. So I knew Viggy was fun because it was like Ziggy and like I knew I wanted to go with that.
Yeah.
So I was sitting around throwing stuff out. Now he's gonna hate that I give him credit, but my boyfriend came up with it. He refuses to take the credit, but I always give it to him because it's funny. And we were sitting around and I was trying to like throw stuff out like that kind of rhymed, and then he just went Jiggy with Viggy, man. And I was like,
And
that's it, done.
yeah.
I was like, done. It was better than anything I could have come up with. I loved the alliteration. I loved the rhyming. I loved everything about it. I was like, this is so
Yeah.
fun. And then also the idea of like coming up with some kind of nickname. So in I guess I'll say in the real world, I actually don't go by Vicky like at all. But I was like Vic didn't really work. I was like I don't know if my whole name kind of flows with anything, but then I was like Viggy. I was like
Yeah.
this is cool. So that's where it came from. Hence Jiggy with Viggy was born. And I feel like it matches my kind of like
Yeah.
funkiness and
Right. Your energy.
yeah.
So you have 4 million likes on TikTok. Do you feel like that's been a consistent like growth, or did you have like a major hit or a few major hits and then everything else is kind of down here? Because TikTok for me has been that way.
Yeah, a little bit of both. Starting out, it was like super. So I started making TikToks like seriously in like 2021, I think was kind of when I started.
Okay.
And at first, it was very steady. It was just going and going, and I was like, "This is weird," because I wasn't making tutorials. I was just playing like in the corner of my room, like, and people were just watching, and I was like, this is weird.
Wow.
So I got to 10,000, I think, pretty fast. And I was like, okay. And then for a little bit, it's going to be funny that I remember all the exact numbers, but I was at like 30,000 for like a while. And again, I didn't really care. I was like, I'm just posting on here. Like, I don't see anything from this. And then I made a tutorial for Feel Good Inc. by Gorillas. And I
Oh,
doubled my followers overnight. And I just pew, it went ballistic.
yeah.
So, I had a big jump there, and then ever since then, it's just kind of been pretty steady. I've had a few pretty good hits, which I'm proud of. Some ones that have went pretty sky high, but yeah, it's been pretty steady and pretty consistent. I post over there every single day, because apparently it helps with the almighty algorithm. Bow down to the algorithm. But I post some sort of video over there every day, whether it be a tutorial or a little play along something. Because I think of it as like my me time that I play during the day, and then
Yeah.
I kind of just record it and I'll put that up. So even if I biff a note here or I miss a strumming pattern, I kind of just throw it up, and that's kind of been my mo like from the beginning over there. Is like I just kind of
Wow.
I do whatever like so
Yeah.
yeah.
You might be the biggest like ukulele tutorial page on TikTok.
Oh, stop! I don't know about that.
I
I'm not
think
sure.
I'm pretty sure you are. Look at you.
Thank
That's
you.
amazing. Oh my gosh. Congratulations.
But one thing that I think Instagram does have over TikTok though is the sense of community. Like as much as I love posting over on TikTok, like you said, it's kind of very like viral based. So of course I get I have like I can see my regulars. I see your usernames. I know
Yeah.
who my lovely regulars are on TikTok. But in terms of like if I were to do like a contest or something, or if I were to be like, oh, go and like this or whatever, I feel like I'd have better luck with that over on Instagram.
Right.
TikTok is very like the way I
Yeah.
like to describe it is TikTok is like the grab and go section of a Stop and Shop, and
Yeah.
then like Instagram is like I don't know, people hanging out in the parking lot. Like I don't know. Like TikTok is very like grab what you need and get out, and then like
Yeah. Yeah.
Instagram
Yeah.
people tend to like stick around a little more.
Right.
Um
Right.
so it's been interesting kind of navigating the both of them in terms of like sometimes a video will do good on TikTok and then maybe like not as popular on Instagram and then the other way around too. So definitely two different beasts altogether
Right.
in
Have
terms of
you launched yourself into the YouTube world?
I've tried well I'm sorry. I've done like fingerstyle covers. I post like fingerstyle things on there, but in
Yeah.
terms of like tutorials, I haven't busted into any kind of long form tutorials yet. But I do the shorts. I do
Okay.
I do
Okay.
the shorts. I
I was
post my stuff
gonna come
over
after
there.
you. I was gonna come after you.
I know I have the queen of YouTube is like, you didn't do YouTube yet. What the heck? So like me and my vertical format. I'm like shooting like this. You're like, how dare you not do horizontal? What is up? So this is so we
I'm glad
flipped.
you're doing shorts. I'll get off your back.
That's all right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, just in general with long form stuff, I feel like I could probably use more work at it. Like long form for me is like 3 minutes. I'm like 3 minutes is good. I can get everything I need to say in 3 minutes. Um, but that actually comes from TikTok and how their time restraints have grown. So when I started, you only used to do 60 seconds. So I
Yeah.
was doing like how to play uke in 60 seconds, how to read tabs in 60 seconds. And
Mm,
then it turned into 3 minutes was the cap. So I was like, oh, I can breathe a little bit. I was like, I can
yeah.
explain this a little further.
Yeah.
And, it could be like a minute and a half now or like 2 minutes.
Right.
So it was three for a while, and I got really comfortable with that 3 minute kind of limit. And now you can do 10 minutes, which is a big jump from like three to
Yeah.
10. So I'm
Yeah.
like, oh boy, I'm like that's a lot of time I gotta fill.
Yeah.
Um, so I've kind of, without really like timing how long I make a video or something like that, they still kind of always naturally fall around the 2.5 to 3 minute mark, which is, I think, the amount of time that me personally I would want to digest info with, um, especially on something like TikTok, like
Yeah.
YouTube. I
TikTok
walk.
is tricky.
Mhm.
Hmm. Yeah.
Because with YouTube, you know going in, you're like, this is a long one, and I'm here for
Yeah.
a longer type of tutorial. But I always kind of think of it as like if it's on my phone and it's vertical, I'm like, this is a quick thing kind of
Got it. See,
idea.
for me, like what I've seen with YouTube is that you have the benefit of like you know which sections are tricky and you can be like, let's repeat this 4 times.
Yeah.
Not that necessarily you need to come up with more content, is that now you can add the practice sections into the video. Let's
Oh, I
let's
see.
let's run through those 4 bars that I just presented and let's do that one more time. And one more time, and then
Hmm.
move to the next section. So you don't really need to reinvent your lesson. You can just add the practice parts in there for them. And they might love that.
I kind of do love that. That's a great idea. I never thought about that.
That's how I do it, and people really like that. People really like that. It's not like they have to pause and go and pause and go with the lesson. They can do all of the practicing with me as we're going through the song.
That's awesome. Can I steal that? May I do that for something?
Please, please do. Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
I will. That's yeah, I love that. It's
Mhm.
yeah. Wow, that's good. I'm gonna
Yeah,
try
you don't have to change anything. Just say like, okay, let's do that 4 times or whatever, how many times you want to repeat it.
that. That's
Yeah.
awesome. I know with the expanded kind of time that I have on TikTok, I've done like if I do something finger styly that has the tabs on screen, that's kind of a lot. I'll do it slow and then I do it full speed.
Yeah, I
So,
like to do that.
yeah. So I've done like that kind of thing, but I like practicing the strums over and over. That's
Mhm.
cool. My brain is like, "Thank you, Bernadette. Thank you."
The hamster wheel is turning.
Yeah, I got my little hamster running in there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, cool. Thank you. I'm gonna try that for real. That's
Okay.
awesome.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What I mentioned earlier was I don't like the word content. I feel like it kind of like distills someone's like creative vision and something that they spent like a lot of time on into something that's kind of like a throwaway type of word. So, since you've kind of been on the internet for a minute, I want to ask you, what's your take on that word? Do you feel like it's a fine way to describe something that you do, or do you feel like it's a little bit degenerative? Like,
I never call myself a content creator unless it's around other content creators that understand the word because I know
hmm.
that they know it means more. But I'll take it over influencer. I can
You know what? Real, yeah, absolutely. That, yep, that's
Yeah,
a
I'll
great
take
point.
it over influencer. Like I would much rather use the words content creator than influencer. But when I meet just a stranger and they ask what I do and I say I'm a teacher and they're like, "Where do you teach?" And then I say YouTube, they're like, "YouTube." So like I call myself a YouTuber.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I yeah, if I had to rank all those words, yeah, I hate influencer. I don't like to feel like I have any sort of power over people. I don't
Yes.
like it.
Yes.
Um and then it's kind of my film school background being like I spent so much time editing this and putting this together and you're just going to call it content on the internet. Like I don't know. But
Yeah.
no, I agree now. That's a great point. I would take that over influencer any day because I don't like that word either. We need like a new word just in
I know.
general.
I know. And TikToker is a weird word because like if you say I'm
Yeah,
a TikToker, it makes people think you do dances and it's like
I know, and I can't. I do like a little dance for my tutorials, but I can't say that like I'm not gonna be like I'm a tick
I guess
exactly.
you do dance on TikTok.
Guys, this interview is over now. This has been great now. I guess I technically do. I do a little wiggle wiggle in my
Yeah.
videos.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, we need just a new word in general. Maybe like I don't know. Online educator isn't really fun. We need like a fun word to
Yeah.
mean what we do.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, let's ask your boyfriend since he's so good at coming up with these
he
things.
is good at coming up. I'll get back to you. I'm gonna ask him and tell him to come up with a new word for
Yeah.
our digital lexicon. How's that for a sentence? For a new word for what we do. So
Yes. Yes, please, boyfriend, help.
cool. So Bernadette, what song have you prepared for us today?
Well, actually, because we're talking about content and what has done well on the internet, my first video to hit 1 million within 1 month range was Zombie. So I'm gonna do a little sample of what I did on that video, and I don't know why it went viral, but that's what I'm gonna do.
Yay! That's awesome.
So I've been doing YouTube for 6 years now. So I have other videos that have hit the million mark, but it took them very long to get there, 3, 4 years. This video hit the million mark in 1 month. So for me, that was very different. And it was Zombie by the Cranberries. And on Instagram, it did 66.9 thousand views, which is a
Wow.
great amount of views, but it's very different from the 1.5 mil on YouTube.
Hmm.
And on TikTok, it has hit 2 million views.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. And so,
That's amazing.
and so all I did was like, today we're gonna learn how to play Zombie by the Cranberries. And I don't know if it's that dumb thing that I did that made people stop scrolling, and then the algorithm's like, "Oh, we got him, guys, come." I don't know if it's that, and now I would feel so cheesy adding it to the next one, but I might just try it again.
No, go for it. It's all about having a fun intro. Like for me, it's like I'm dancing something stupid, or I'm like, this song's only got 4 chords. Let's jump into it. And it's like someone's immediately like, all right. So if they see a cool little whoa, they might be like, what's going on here? You know? So you gotta keep it. Do it more. I love it. Love to
Okay.
see it.
If you see it on the next ukulele video, know that it's your influence there.
Oh no, I'm not an influencer. No.
So this song has, I would normally just sing it, but I'm a tutorialist. So it's E minor, C, G, and D. E minor, C, G, D. And you can do the starting pattern down, 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 up, down, 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 up twice, and then the next chord down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up. But I decided to do a picking pattern on strings G, E, and A, and then C as my bass. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Switch 1 and 2 and G chord next, and D chord next. And when you hold your E minor and you pick on that C string, that's your singing note. Ah, let's try it. 1, 2, ready, go. Another head hangs slowly, child is slowly taken. E minor. And the violence caused such silence. Who are we mistaken? But you see, it's not me, it's not my family in your head. And right around here, I think I run out of time. So that's what got me 1,000,000 views. I don't know why. I don't know why. But yeah, that's it.
Yay! I know why that got 1,000,000 views, because you teach so clearly and you made that so easy to follow. And I just love that you take every opportunity to teach. Like, normally that's like a musical section, but you were like, no, I want to teach something here. And even like, I'll never forget when I saw you play at UConn, you were like, take your ukes out. We're playing Dreams. It's 2 chords. Like, even in a live setting, you were like, let's all just get together and strum. So I really love that about you, and I love that you just taught something right there. I was playing along with you. That was awesome.
I know, I saw that. Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah, so that's the song that hit the 1,000,000, and I got like really superstitious about it, and that's a lot for me because I'm not a superstitious person at all. But I was wearing these green earrings, and so I was like, what if it's the green earrings and the purple eyeliner? And so I wore them again for a video. Was it this one? Yes. Okay, let me show you here on the screen. I show the earrings in the beginning, okay, just on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
226,000 views.
No way! You're like, this is what we're playing today.
Views, everybody.
This is what we got. This is what we're playing.
So nobody knows that I got superstitious about the earrings, and nobody but you know that that's why I did that hair thing. Because I was like, if these are the earrings getting me views, make sure they can see them.
Yeah, literally. Be like, you guys, today we're playing Brown Eyed Girl, but it's really Green Earrings is the name of it. There's a Steely Dan song called Green Earrings. You should do it and wear those. And that'll be the true test, because that's a weird Steely Dan song. So if
True,
that,
I need to do a weird song.
yeah.
And on Instagram, it hit 1.1 million views.
No way. I've never gotten over 100,000 on Instagram, so that's crazy big. That
I
went
don't think
that
I have
viral.
either. I don't think I've broken, like, I don't know, 500,000 or something on Instagram. So that to me was like, there's something here.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god, it's the earrings. I gotta get my ears pierced. I gotta follow that.
Or the little clip-ons, but they gotta be green and dangly.
Yeah.
Where's the
Go.
dangly ones?
Green, dangly, got it. I wrote it down.
Yeah. Forget everything you learned in film school.
Yeah, it's all about visual appeal. That's all of it.
Yes. Yes.
We're gonna head into the back segment of the show now, and this is called Five Faves. I'm gonna ask you five of your favorite things.
Okay.
Starting off strong, what is your favorite movie?
Oh, phew, that is so tough. Okay, so for a longest time, Schindler's List was my favorite movie.
Nice.
The music on it just is so beautiful, and it just captivates you and makes you feel so sad too. So, I really like that one. And then, Life of Pi.
Oh, cool. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the one where with a guy on the boat and
He's
the
on like a raft with a tiger.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I love that one. I love like having fun conversations after it about the interpretations of it is fun.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I would say those two are some of my favorite movies.
Now, our second favorite will be what's your favorite book?
Oh, I don't know that the answer to that question. And not that this is my favorite book, but I think that if there's a book that people want to have as a recommendation,
Mm-hmm.
it's such an easy read and it's super fast and it's super short and the audiobook is also good. It's called The Richest Man in Babylon.
Oh, cool.
And it like if you are someone who has ever felt like, gosh, I could not just not control my finances, it's a fiction book, but that it will influence you on how to manage your finances, and that's why I like it. So yeah, that would be the book.
That's awesome. That's a nice, helpful answer because I know I gotta read that. I don't know what my bank account's like. Cut it out! So I need some guidance.
Plug in the audiobook and just let it play in the mornings or as you get ready or whatever it is, or if you're driving, just let it play. Play some Sudoku while you listen to it. It's such a good book.
While I'm driving, do the Sudoku and the
Yeah.
audiobook, and
Yeah.
then
See, it's because I get driven around, so I'm able to do all those.
oh yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, sorry. I drive my own car. I gotta drive my own car. I don't get driven around. Okay. Anyway. So your third favorite will be what is your favorite artist or song? So if they're the same, we can do that, or if you have favorite artist
Yes. Okay.
or
So
favorite
one of
song.
the songs that I like the most is Breakfast in America, the
Ooh.
live version. If you watch the live recording on YouTube, they have a hold it. It's a soprano sax, but oh my goodness, the solo
Whoa!
is amazing. The solo is amazing. I think on the recording it's a clarinet,
Mhm.
but on the live performance it's a soprano sax, and it's just amazing. Like I love that song. I should probably do a tutorial and wear the green earrings and see how it goes.
And I'll do the saxophone solo.
Yes.
That'd be so fun. That's a great song. I love Supertramp.
Yeah.
I found that song actually from another song that samples it.
Uh-huh.
So there's a song called Cupid's Chokehold by Gym Class Heroes that does that as the sample.
Yes.
So that's where I first heard it, and then I went and listened to the original, and I was like, wait, this is just as good. This is cool.
Yeah, that whole album is so good. So,
Mhm.
yeah, that would be it. And my favorite artist, I think someone that I really admire is George Harrison. And I think you probably fall under that
Yeah.
category. Yeah. Yeah, especially looking at your, well, I don't know if it's your latest reel, but the latest reel of yours that I saw was like the Beatles stuff. So that was so good.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Big love that answer. Big Beatles fan. I have both a Beatles fingerstyle book that I put out a while ago, and then yeah, I used that filter and just played like
Yeah.
whatever song came to mind from that album, and
Yeah.
that was really fun. I
Yeah.
had a bunch of comments on that reel on TikTok. People were saying like George would be so proud of this, and it was like really sweet stuff like that, and I was like, oh my God, I can't. I was like, don't say that. I'm gonna cry.
Yeah. Yeah, and so actually a close second song for me would be Something. I love
Mhm.
that song.
So beautiful. I love all the different renditions of that too that you can find both live versions and then when other people do covers of them. It's
Yeah.
such like a timeless song.
Yeah.
And I love hearing different interpretations of not just that song, but just all Beatles stuff, because it's cool how much music can impact so many people and how they can reinterpret it to mean something more for themselves. So, yeah.
Yeah, you did a great job with that video.
Thank you. I
Yeah.
funny thing about something is that a while ago, so I arranged that maybe like a year or two ago, and right before I was going to post it. I mean like 2 days before I was going to post it because I was putting the finishing touches on it. Jake Shimabukuro posted his cover, and it's like almost exactly the same. And now I was like, I can't post it because I'm gonna look like I ripped off his cover. And,
No.
and like I to this day, that's the only time I've played it was in that video because I was like, I can't. Like I was literally just gonna post it, and then he
You
did his.
should have posted it because then everybody would have thought, what? This girl figured out Jake's version in 2 days?
Oh, there you go.
I would have posted it the same day. Been like, bam, 1 hour.
You're like, oh, I know. I remember seeing
Times for you. Come get this. Make it rain.
make it rain into something, but
Yeah.
I remember I saw that. I know I should have looked at it more like that, but I saw him post. I was like, no. I was like, I can't post this now.
The
But
fact that you could say, "Ah, my version's almost the same as Jake Shinobu. See, you should have posted it.
I know. I'll post it. I'll tag him in it. I'll be like, look, you don't know this, Jake, but we kind of have a little beef because
Yes, there you go. That's how you do it.
yeah. Our fourth favorite will be what is your favorite food?
Of course, Mexican food. I'm Mexican. I love Mexican food. Mexican food is always a combination of the tortilla and the cheese and the salsa and the guacamole and some kind of beef or something. So, yeah, I love Mexican food.
Hmm.
My close second would be Indian food, and third place probably Japanese food. So, yeah.
Nice. Do
Hmm.
you feel like you can handle spice pretty good? Like if you went on hot ones, do you think you would nail
Yes.
it because of your favorite foods?
I mean, I would not wear mascara because I would be crying, but
Sure.
yes, I could do it. I think I could do it because is it the eighth hot sauce that everybody hated, the bomb?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have that here at home, and we tell all of our new friends that come to visit, like, all right, this is your first time here, you gotta eat it.
No
So
way.
add it to their plate, and they have to eat a little bit of it. One of the friends said, I'd rather be jumped in. But she did it. Yeah. So it's a thing that we do here at the house.
I'm a big carne asada guy. Love
Mhm.
me some marinated steak. So I agree. I'm probably a big
Okay.
Mexican food guy.
Let me know when you're coming to California. We'll invite you to the house. We do carne asada every Monday. The band gets together, we practice, we eat, and we play Mario Kart, and I kick all their butts at it. So
No
that's,
way.
yeah.
I'm coming. I'm gonna book a flight. I'm coming.
Yay! Yeah.
Our final fave here is gonna be your favorite hobby. So what's something you do other than music, or if it's music, that's cool too. What's just something
No.
else about you that you like?
No, I think his music is like my work. I'm like, I'm out. But no, I'm lying. I like practicing classical guitar. That's my hobby.
Oh,
And
nice.
then learning about finance would be
Hmm.
my second hobby. And then learning about health and wellness and nutrition and all of like the toxic materials in our food and in our system and how to find foods and products that don't have them. That would be that doesn't even sound fun. Ew. Okay, just let's stop at classical guitar.
You're like, that's boring. Cut that. Let's stick with the guitar. That's fun.
Yes, classical guitar. I love practicing me some classical guitar. There, I sound refined.
So, how does classical guitar kind of differ from just regular acoustic guitar in terms of techniques and stuff? It's kind of a whole different thing, right?
Yeah. I well, number one would be the playing position. So I have this on
Whoa.
because I didn't want to be on a pedal,
Hmm.
and this is the guitar actually resting already. It's already in that position. I'm not doing anything.
Ooh, yeah.
So, yeah, that's how it differs from one of the ways that it differs from the other guitars. First of all, is that playing position, and of course, like hand technique and everything. And then I find like with maybe like electric guitar and acoustic guitar, you're mostly reading tabs and chords.
Hmm.
But with classical guitar, at least for me, it's been all notation. It hasn't been any tab.
Oh,
And
cool.
so as sax players, like we're used to reading one line of melody, but with guitar, you're reading multiple lines. And so that's been a challenge, to learn how
Hmm.
to do that. Yeah.
That's cool. When you play uke, then do you kind of find are you more of a tab person or do you read uke standard also? I guess same with guitar compared to classical.
No, with uke, I've read mostly tab because because I write mostly tab,
Yeah.
for people
Hmm.
because most uke players aren't previously playing another instrument.
Right.
They're coming from it as like this is my first instrument or this is the first time I've read music in a long time. So
Hmm.
yeah, tab for ukulele.
Cool. I do the same thing. For that same reason, it's just kind of easier to write stuff out just in tab if I'm sending it to someone or if I do any kind of arrangement or teach it. Instead of being like, here's how to play this song and it's like standard music. Because then there's another thing if someone's watching and they're like, oh, I can't read that.
Right,
Bye. You
right.
know.
Do you
So,
attach your tab to the music notation right above it?
yep.
Yeah, same.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah,
Cool.
I use that. So I'll be reading the music notation, but I know that they're reading the tab.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That's cool. Do you use Guitar Pro 8? What notation software do we like?
We like the free one called MuseScore.
Nice. MuseScore's great. I sold out and bought a big boy one because I want the little chord diagrams on the top. Um,
Oh,
I like the fancy chord diagrams
yeah.
for
Hmm.
chord shapes and things, but I stand MuseScore. I like MuseScore.
Wait, so what's the one that you bought called?
It's called Guitar Pro 8.
And you use that for your ukulele as well?
Hmm. And I also use it for mandolin, which is fun.
That's right. You started doing your mandolin Mondays.
Yes, I do mandolin Monday.
Yeah.
It's very different. I don't know why I keep messing up my left and right. Um, it's got 8 strings, and
Yeah.
it's pretty crazy. But it's a lot of fun. Have you ever played mandolin?
No, but you might influence me to do it.
Stop! I'm not an influencer. But this is my mandolin.
Yeah.
Um, it's crazy because you do a technique. It's called flat picking,
Okay.
which you hold the pick like not like a guitar player like this. Like you
Yeah.
actually hold it like in your knuckle, kind
Uh-huh.
of. And that was nothing, but it's like
Yeah.
a tricky kind of technique. Especially because I play all my instruments right-handed, but I'm left-handed. So the reason I'm not good at guitar is because I can't pick. So I'm happy to kind of learn the mandolin to kind of practice my picking technique. And I like to play all kinds of bluegrassy things, so it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So
And why do you play right-handed?
for me personally, I feel like to do chord shapes and things over here with my dominant hand makes more sense. Like I've tried to flip it and play the other way, but my right hand just like does not want to cooperate. Like
Mhm.
I don't know what missing signal is from my right hand to my brain that it doesn't want to work, but it
Yeah.
just doesn't. So my right hand's kind of only capable of doing finger picking over here.
Yeah.
Um, but in that same vein, it's picking like this has been tricky. So,
Yeah.
um, I guess that's why. Like my left hand just kind of likes to do this with my dominant hand.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I've tried the other way and I just kind of can't do it. So
Right. Because the right hand, in my opinion, has to do so much expressive work.
yeah,
That I want my dominant hand to be on this side. Because here, mostly for me, like, not for you, but for me, it's mostly moving to a chord and holding, moving to a chord and holding.
right.
But you're so technical. Our styles are different.
That's a good. Yeah, I never thought of it like that. Yeah, it's kind of. I could see that then if I did it this way, like my hands kind of staying in one
Yeah.
place. But like these fingers can't even do that. Like I'm trying to like mime it, and my hands like like I can't even like pretend to.
Yeah.
This feels like awful. Like this feels like so weird.
So whenever I have a lefty in person, I have them play as a lefty. And
Mm-hmm.
I'll just retune it because the two center strings are almost the same width. The two outside strings are almost the same width. So I'm like, try it as a lefty and see how it feels for a week. Like give it a good week because I want that left-handed player to be able to do all of the expressive and percussive things with
Mm-hmm.
their dominant hand. But yeah, you're making me
Oh,
think differently.
oh no. Don't
Mhm.
don't say I've done the you know what. Don't say it. Um
Okay.
but it could also be because I've been playing for like 9 years now, so I've just been so conditioned to play it this way that I mean, if you flipped it over and played it the other way, it would feel weird to you too, probably.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, of
so
course.
yeah, it might just be at that point. But I no, I wouldn't dissuade any new people. I feel like people should try it and then see
Yeah.
what's kind of right for them because
Right.
that's just my personal thing, and I'm weird, so maybe it doesn't work for everybody.
We should have started there. That's right.
Yeah. You're like, yeah, you are weird. We should have just kind of left it
Actually.
at that. Actually, you're weird. I think we have just about wrapped up our five fakes segment, so I'll throw it over to you. Where can we find you on the internet? Where can people learn music with Bernadette?
Okay, well, if you would like to learn how to play ukulele, I recommend the 30-day uke challenge. Or if you're thinking, I cannot do 30 days, then there's a 10-day challenge for you. And if you cannot do 10 days, then there's a 5-day challenge. So, and if you cannot do 5 days, there's a 1 hour challenge.
No way! Just so many options. I love it.
I was a little scared releasing a 1 hour video, because it's like
Mhm.
everyone's releasing shorter and shorter and shorter videos, and I was like, what if?
Right.
And the 1 hour video did so well, and people really liked it. So I'm about to release a 1 hour video for guitarra. So that's coming
Yay!
next. Yeah.
That's awesome. It's like those Gordon Ramsay shows, right? Where it's like Kitchen Nightmares was like a week, and then they
Yeah.
did like 48 hours, and then they did like 14 minutes, and then it's like 30 seconds to Hell and Back with Gordon Ramsay, and they keep giving him a shorter amount of time to fix restaurants. So it's like
Yeah.
that, but with learning a uke.
Well, you gotta accommodate and meet people where they're at. So that's all I'm doing.
Oh yeah, no, I love it. And where can we find that on YouTube?
Yeah, it's on YouTube, and then you can find me as Bernadette Teaches Music on Facebook if you're more of a Facebook user. The community there is growing, and I don't know why, but it's growing. So I think it was at like 17,000 last year, and today it's at 45,000. So something
Wow.
happened this year that made it grow. And then on Instagram and TikTok, I'm Plazi because my family's name is Plazola, and so that cut is Plazi.
I love it. You have
Yeah.
such a great last name too. A nice, fun Plazi.
Thank you. Yeah, yeah. It was more of a nickname, and then I started my Instagram account. It had like my pictures from college and friends and stuff, and I just didn't want to start a new one. I was like, I'm just gonna keep this one going because the name is so short. I think it would be easy to remember.
Hmm. And who could forget you, Plazi? I love that username. It's wonderful. And you are just such a lovely soul. Thank you
Thank,
for hanging out with me today.
thank you for
Um,
having me. Appreciate it.
yeah. If you don't follow Plazi, what the heck is wrong with you? You have to go follow her on everything. She's the queen of the internet.
No,
Um,
no, because now we found out you're the biggest one on TikTok.
no, you. This is my podcast. I'm giving you compliments. Well, thank you for being here, Plazi.
No, thank you, Vicky. Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you all for watching. Be sure to tune in next month to see who's in the hot seat and who I'm going to interview next. So, see you around.
Bye.